Day, everyone. This is Deck Cadet Corellia Ryan Michael, and today we're going to answer some of the questions. So, first, we are going to answer what is marine environment. So, marine environment means the sea, coast, beach, seabed, water masses, the water column, and environmental resources. Environmental resource means naturally occurring or natural biotic and abiotic components which can include one or more species, biotopes and or habitats in a marine environment. The second question is what are the major sources of marine pollution and its impact hazards to human animals and shipping industry. So pollution, any inconvenience or damage caused by human activities to humans, plants, animals, and to our environment as a whole by spreading compounds to air, water, or land. So the land-based sources of the pollution are the following: byproducts of industry, runoff from agricultural, pesticides and herbicides, effluents discharge from urban areas, exploration and exploitation activities. So that is one of the following land-based sources pollution. And next one is the shipping and maritime industry pollution. Here are the examples: collision, grounding or accidental discharge, operational discharge, tank washing, ballasting, and deballasting, machinery space discharge, and docking. So the last is impact hazard to human, animals, and shipping industry. So what are the impacts? The hazards to human. So the most affected animal is are seabirds, the fishes, and the seafoods that we ate. So that is the one of the following affected animals. So the seabirds, plastics could be eaten by animals or the seabirds, therefore it can kill them. And there is a disease, the microplastic that can cause the animals to suffer for disease. And if we eat those kind of animals, it could also harm our health. So anything that comes out from the ocean, we can no longer certify if it's organic any longer. So this means the food chain, the most vulnerable is at the top of the food chain, which is humans, us. And that is all for the number two. So the last question is explain Marpol Convention history, when it was adopted, entered into force, and its objectives, including all the regulation of Marpol Annex 1 to 6. So the International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from Ships, 1973, as modified by the Protocol of 1978. Marpol 73 or 78. Marpol is short for International Convention for Prevention of Pollution from Ships. And 73 or 78, short for the years 1973 and 1978, is one of the most important international marine environmental conventions. It was developed by the International Maritime Organization with an objective to minimize pollution of the oceans and seas, including dumping, oil, and air pollution. The original MARPOL was signed on 17th of February 1973, but did not come into force at the signing date. The current convention is a combination of 1973 convention and the 1978 protocol, which entered into force on October 2, 1983. As of January 2018, 156 states are parties to the convention, being flagged states of 99.42% the world's shipping tonnage. All ships flagged under countries that are signatories to MARPOL are subject to its requirements, regardless of where they sail, and member nations are responsible for the vessels registered on their national ship registry. Annex 1. So, I will explain Annex 1. The main article, Marpol Annex 1 or Marpol Annex 1, came into force on the 2nd of October 1983 and deals with the discharge of oil into the ocean environment. It incorporates the oil discharge criteria prescribed in the 1969 amendments to the 1954 International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution of the Sea by Oil or oil pull. So the Annex 2, Marpol Annex 2 came into force on the 2nd of October 1983. It details the discharge criteria for the elimination of pollution by noxious liquid substance carried in large quantities. It divides substances into and introduces detailed and operational standards and measures. So Annex 3, Marpol Annex 3 came into force on the 1st of July 1982. It contains general requirements for the standards on packing, marking, labeling, documentation, stowage, quantity subtraction, division, and notifications for preventing pollution by harmful substances. And Annex 4. Marpol Annex 4 came into force on the 27th of September 2003. It introduces requirements to control pollution of the sea by sewage from ships. And the Annex 5, Marpol 7378 Instructions, Marpol Annex 5. So the Marpol Annex 5 is the regulation for the prevention of pollution by garbage from ships, came into force on the 31st of December 1988. It specifies the distance from lands in which materials may be disposed of and subdivides different types of garbage and marine debris. And the last annex is the Annex 6 or Marpol Annex 6. And Marpol Annex 6 came into force on the 19th of May 2005. It introduces requirements to regulate the air pollution being emitted by the ships, including the emission of ozone depleting substances, nitrogen oxides or the NOx, sulfur oxides, volatile organic compounds, and shipboard incineration. And that is all. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. God bless.